Welcome to the next video in the Privacy Compliance Implementation How-To series. This next video will be focused on the URL sources settings of an audit. So let's dive in. In the last video, we talked about test scenarios and we got as far in setting up an audit as defining the location we wanted it to run from, the name, and conceptually at least what the opt-in or opt-out scenario is going to be. With our website, if we have a visitor from this region, we opt them out by default. So we don't need to do anything extra here, but we'll explore that later if there's other scenarios you want to emulate. So moving on to URL sources. The primary thing that we have to start with is a URL to begin the scan on. So I am just going to enter in our home page. And then we want to decide how many pages to scan each time this audit runs. You can change it from 100, which is the default, to any other number. And then we want to consider the frequency. So down here in this dropdown, for this audit, we said weekly. So I'm going to choose weekly. Now, this is set up to crawl because we have a starting URL and 100 pages. So it means it's going to start here and then start crawling until it hits 100 while counting this first URL. We could add additional URLs to explicitly scan at the get-go, or we could have the scan exclusively scan whatever URLs we provide here by toggling this box. It's going to dedupe them since they weren't truly unique, but that's the idea. Those are the main things to consider when setting up an audit. I'll go over some additional features that may be beneficial. For starters, deduplicate URL. This setting, some websites will have pages that are duplicates if you don't consider query parameter differences as an indication of uniqueness. So toggling this on would just grab one URL out of 10 if the only difference between the 10 were the query parameters. We can give the audit further direction with regex. If you're familiar with regex or you'd like to learn, you can say, do scan pages that match this regex statement, do not scan pages that match this regex statement. So we might say blog.observepoint.com if perhaps the blog subdomain of our website isn't relevant to this test in this audit that we are setting up. So those are the main things that's pretty much everything to consider with audits. You can set a start date that's unique if you'd like, as opposed to right now, as well as a blackout window to avoid scanning at a certain time. Good luck setting up your URL sources settings of an audit.